Hey folks, I am so excited to be with you tonight. This has been crazy for me to finally get to this point. My name is Chris Cook. You'll see me professionally. I go by Christofer with an F, not a PH, but Christofer Cook. Please call me Chris. This is a brand new YouTube channel. I'm excited, so excited about it. I think I'm going to bring a lot of fun new things your way, and I'm going to count on your support and your help in aiding me get to the point where everything is clicking along a lot more smoothly than it perhaps will this evening. Let me tell you, I'm going completely off the fly right now, off the cuff. This is completely unscripted. I feel somewhat unprepared, but I really did want to get a start on this because I want to see what it looks like when we get it out there, when we get it edited, and I've got the help of a good friend who is going to help me get that part done.
Oh yeah, here's your intro, Chris. I hope you like it.
So, what do we do here? What can I offer you? What are we going to be looking at? Well, I'll tell you, as you can tell by my wall of fame here, wall of shame, my wife calls it, this is a lot of Vincent Price you're going to see up here. Vincent Price, I'm a huge fan of and love his films, love his cookbooks, everything about the man, and I'm a collector of some things that Mr. Price actually owned, and so I was fortunate enough to get some things from his estate via his wonderful daughter Victoria. And so you'll see at some point we will certainly do an episode on Vincent Price and his films and his contribution to the oeuvre of horror. A lot of what we're going to do here clearly is going to be horror related. The macabre, we're going to look at lots of different things. And it's going to be fun. I really want this to be a very fun channel. I tell you, it would be very easy in today's political climate for me to make a lot of statements about a lot of things that I believe and things that I don't believe and things that I think are important to us. But I'm not going to do that, and certainly not going to do that just yet. I want this to be a place where people can come, escape the reality of the day-to-day doldrums and the bad news, and there's a lot of bad news out there, and have a place to come where they can sort of go into this escapist universe and reality. And this marks the very first episode, the first official episode of my YouTube channel. I will tell you that my wife, Carolina, is a huge help to me and influence, and she and I have already gone out and we've shot some episodes on location, as it were, out on different trips that we've taken. So you'll see those coming up. So things will be a little bit out of order for a while, but once I start getting my feet on the ground and figure out what the heck it is I'm doing, then things will click along a lot more smoothly. I'll tell you, the things that I don't know yet is I don't know how bright or how dim this brand new ring light needs to be. I don't know if my phone, which I'm using as a camera right now, is going to pick up my voice, whether it's going to work for me in this platform anyway. I have a lot of questions about the technology and certainly about the platform. And this will be a learning experience. And I really am going to count on all of you, my friends, I guess I can call you my cooksters, to help me on this journey. And constructive criticism is awesome. Please, as I will remind you at the end of this episode, please leave comments in the comments section. Let me know how I'm doing. You may have a lot of questions about a lot of the things that you see here. This is only one minute smidgen of my collection of crazy, crazy oddities and horror memorabilia and Hollywood items. So we'll get to all that. And I'm certainly going to give you a tour of Cook Manor, and specifically speaking, this room. This room has gone by a lot of different names. It's gone by the name of the Houdini room. My daughter calls it the Haunted Mansion room. It really, right now, is the Studio Museum. And because it's serving as a studio for me, but also it's a museum with some of my favorite pieces. I can't wait to share those with you. Well, I didn't have a lot planned for this evening except two things. One, I just wanted to introduce myself, give you a little bit of background on me. Not too much, don't want to reveal too much. I keep a lot to the chest as much as I can. And then I have a special unboxing tonight, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Again, I've told you my name. I think it's okay to tell you that our headquarters here at Cook Manor is in South Carolina. And my background is in theater. I have 2 degrees in theater, a bachelor's in drama from Winthrop College. I have a master's in fine arts from Roosevelt University's Theater Conservatory in Chicago, as well as a degree in professional counseling from South University. The question is always, do I think I'll ever be able to use any of those degrees? Probably not. But I had a great time learning and earning those degrees and building up that student debt. All right, at any rate, so that's a little bit about me. You'll find out more about me throughout the upcoming days, weeks, months, perhaps years of this channel. I have a strong interest in those things that are really strange and unusual, things that are off the beaten path, bizarre, unusual, things we can discover and things that we can talk about. And I'll do the best I can to bring to you intelligent conversations about those. And a lot of these videos are not going to be that long. They're going to be kind of short. Some of them more long-winded, kind of like tonight. So that's pretty much it for now. I think you'll know where this is all going to go fairly quickly. Let me tell you about that unboxing that I wanted to do. This is so cool. He doesn't know this, but I owe a huge amount of debt to an old friend of mine named Jeff Bailey. A little bit about Jeff. Well, years back when I was in college in the 80s at Winthrop, then it was Winthrop College in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It has since become Winthrop University. But back then, Jeff and I, we weren't really going to college together. I was in school there, and he was a part of the theater community in that area in Charlotte and then Rock Hill. And Jeff and I did shows and projects together way back when. I was a lot younger and thinner. I won't say anything about Jeff. But here's the deal. So we did a production of Ira Levin's Death Trap. He played Sidney Brule, I played Clifford Anderson. And so that is great genre, that mystery crime genre that you see in live theater with writings by the late great Ira Levin. Those were really powerful plays and a lot of fun to do. And so Jeff and I had a lot of fun working with stage blood, fake appliances, trick guns that we could fire on stage. We were in our medium. We also did another show together. We did, okay, so we did a play called My Husband's Wild Desires Drove Me Mad. My Husband's Wild Desires almost drove me mad. I believe that's the title of it. British bedroom farcical comedy, and Jeff was hilarious in that. I was in it. I don't know how hilarious I was, but I know that it was a very hot summer, as I recall, when we were rehearsing that show. But we took that show, I believe, as well as a few others, to the Lake Lure Inn in North Carolina, where some of Dirty Dancing was filmed. And so we got a chance to go there and do some dinner theater, which was a lot of fun. I have very, very fond memories of those times. And Jeff and I worked with a small company called Hearthside Productions with a good friend, Mark Dukes, and the late, great Bill Finch. This is all a long, long time ago. Well, here's the thing. Jeff and I were just fellow actors. We were friendly. We weren't great friends. But I don't think we ever sat down and discussed this same love and passion for the genre of horror films and books, masks, costumes, makeup, and all that stuff. Maybe we did talk about it, but I'd forgotten about it until years later. Now, through the advent of social media, we've kind of, refreshed that friendship, and I saw him not so long ago in a production of Greater Tuna. He was very funny in that. At any rate, here's what I'm leading to. Just a couple of days ago, while I'm still dragging my heels about putting this episode together and starting this, Jeff sends me a photo of a package that he's going to send me, and it's a mystery package. He didn't tell me what was in it. He knows that I have a love for all things nostalgic as a monster kid. He's a monster kid, I'm a monster kid. That's how we refer to ourselves in the parlance. At any rate, he showed me a package he was going to send me. And I said, well, when it gets here, that'll be the night that I actually shoot the first official episode. I'll do an unboxing. I have no clue what he sent, but the package arrived today. And you, my friends, are going to see it at the same time that I see it. So here it is. And I'll show you how well I'm doing with all of this. I did have the presence of mind to take Post-its and actually cover up all the identifying addresses and everything else so that I could show that to you and nothing would be revealed. So, are we ready for this? I'm ready. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to put on my geeky reading glasses. You'll see this on me a lot in the coming days. And he spelled my name correctly, Christofer, with an F here. And okay, let's talk about what's going on here. Feels solid, and it feels like a book. But here's the thing. At first I thought it was a book, but the thing is this. It's certainly the size of a magazine. And he already told me that there was going to be a lot of packing and packaging involved, so I'm going to pull a lot of that out. Here's my guess. What I think this is it's going to be a monster magazine from the 70s. I'm using my Karnak the Amazing. I'm trying to think. I think that's what it is. This is Monster Magazine from the 70s. It'll be something that I coveted probably from his collection, and he either is, sharing the love by sending me one of his, or he has a second one and he didn't know what to do with it. So rather than throw it in the trash, he would just send it to me, which I'm so glad he did, whatever it is. All right, folks, let's see if this has anything to do with what we've been discussing tonight. I'll wager that it does. And try to carefully cut along here with a pair of scissors. Let's see. All right. And at first I thought he was going to send me a script, something he would like for me to produce, but I don't produce theater anymore, and we can talk about that as well. The world is a lot safer place because I'm no longer producing, directing, or acting in live theater. Still writing. There's going to be a lot of writing going on. All right. So that's the outer shell. Oh my goodness. So, all right. This is, okay, I have no clue what's going on here. It does say, warning, to avoid danger of suffocation, keep this plastic bag away from babies and children. Do not use this bag in cribs, beds, carriages, or playpens. This bag is not a toy. It's so funny, when I read the word carriages, this will show you what a geek I am. My very first thought was, are they talking about those horse and buggy things from the 1700s, or those things from those Hammer films, you know, where there's smoke and there's fog, and then all of a sudden there's a guy riding along and a horse, and there's wild music, and it's very scary, and then there's a group of scary people up inside the carriage. But no, I think they're talking about a baby carriage. Do not bend. Handle with care. Thank you. I mean, Jeff, seriously, man. I mean, I thank you so much. But wow. Okay, so there's another one. We pulled that out. I feel, you know, I used to do magic years and years ago, so I feel like a magician. I'm pulling one thing out, putting it back, pulling one thing out. I'm dropping all my trash, by the way, in a ditch bucket behind my desk here. All right. Oh, word. So there's this. Well, you know, honestly, whatever it is, he did not want it disturbed. This is crazy, man. All right. So these are the cardboard backings that keep it from being folded. There's yet another warning. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I see what it is. Ladies and germs, it is something that I couldn't wait to see, and I don't know. Look at this. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Ew. It's the Do-It-Yourself Monster Makeup Handbook. This is one I didn't have. 60 cents here from Famous Monsters of Filmland. Easy to follow photo guide, step 1, step 2, step 3. They show you how to make, you know, a really good weirdo, which is, I've been referred to as a really good weirdo. How to have fun creating your own monster makeup. Over 250 exciting pictures with simple, easy to follow instructions by famous makeup artist Dick Smith. Oh my God. If you don't know who Dick Smith is, you better get on that Google machine right now. We will be talking about Dick Smith soon and his contribution to the genre, particularly with the wonderful, incredible, seminal film of Catholic horror, The Exorcist. My goodness, Jeff, you've outdone yourself. You did not need to do this, but I'm so glad you did. Okay, it's got some authentic wear and tear on it. That is just so. Look at some of the 16 faces you can create yourself with this unusual magazine. And these are great. This is great. This is very much a part of my coming of age. This thing smells like it's been sitting in someone's damp basement for a very long time. And if you know what that aroma is, then you know how special this whole moment is to me. I had a makeup book years and years ago. It was smaller. I love it. I tried some of the makeups, and one of them, as I recall, you used some oatmeal and you packed it onto your face, and that was a lot of fun. So, I had a book very similar to this, but it was in book form. I didn't have this famous Monsters magazine. This is a classic. And I'm looking at some of these incredible makeups where you can see how the artistry is done with highlights and lowlights to give you the illusion of cracks and crevices and wrinkles and contours on the face. So I learned later when I was doing theater how to do a lot of those highlights and lowlights to create those amazing illusions. I'll just show you some of these. That's a great look at this. Isn't this just, it's extraordinary. There are a lot of makeups here. That's a lot of stuff. And look, you can make the weirdo. Check that out. These are just stunning, amazing. Martians. You can make, I mean, I'm just ghoul, Martian. Oh my God. It appears as though, and see, you're going to find out just how much I love the Mummy films, particularly the classics with Boris Karloff. But this one reminds me of a mummy, but that's really referred to as the ghoul. I cannot wait to look at this. Is absolutely exceptional. This is a wonderful piece of history. Seriously, this is a great piece here. Very excited. I'll show you one last photo right here. Quasimodo, and this is fantastic. I'm a huge Lon Chaney fan, Charles Lawton fan, and Anthony Hopkins fan. These three gentlemen, lots of other great actors as well, but these three gentlemen have played three of my favorite Quasimodos in different versions of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. What can I say? Jeff Bailey, thank you so much. You sent me a jewel, something that I never owned but always wanted. It is, in fact, the Do-It-Yourself Monster Makeup Handbook put out by Famous Monsters of Filmland. And the price up here says 60 cents, but I ain't selling it for 60 cents. And you can't buy it for 60 cents. But I'm just really excited about having that as an addition to my already, healthy, hearty collection of crazy, goofy, crazy, horror, macabre stuff. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining me in this very first time that I'm trying something like this. I hope we can become friends and that you will become involved in this and that I can come out and perhaps visit and look at your collections and talk about what you do as an artist or someone who has contributed to the horror genre, or maybe even lots of other genres as well. I'm into looking at all kinds of things. I'm going to read some things off of some cue cards here because I haven't memorized my lines yet. But I do want to thank you all again. If you liked what you saw here, please leave comments down here in the comment section. See how I did that? That should work really well. Also, click Quasimodo's bell, how do you like that, to receive alerts about videos that I am going to be sending out your way. If you want to know right away and you get that little Quasimodo bong bell. And to receive alerts, don't forget to like and or subscribe to my channel, where we explore everything from the strange, bizarre, and unusual, monsters, mutants, the macabre, freaks, geeks, and creeps, to the arts of crafting and collecting. We will explore classic films, books, theater, nostalgic TV, and yes, even holiday decor. It's all here. It's all on the inside. Thanks again for watching. Sleep tight, and don't let the vampires bite.